We are live and back. It's been a while we've done a live of this kind of magnitude. I think I did a few live by myself 2 days ago or 3 days ago. Mr. D is back in the building. How you doing, Mr. D?
Yeah, yeah, I'm doing okay.
Okay, we're back.
So this is a different kind of live, right?
Yeah. So you guys are welcome to Arsenal Pressing, where we discuss predominantly Arsenal, but sometimes we discuss other clubs. Like I said, my strong bias towards Arsenal, but I still find a bit of objectivity in discussing other clubs within English Premiership. Sometimes we might do Spanish La Liga and other leagues. So you guys are welcome. Make sure you strike the like button. Very, very important for the growth of the channel and the algorithm. If you like the content, do not forget to subscribe. Let me make sure the audio is fine so I don't get stuck like the other time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the audio is fine. No, I think it was 2 days ago, right? I was struggling with the audio. It was all kinds of technical problems, but finally sorted it out.
You know, sometimes these computers have a mind of their own, right?
Exactly.
They just be like, you know what, I'll deal with you today.
Yeah. So I'm sure you've seen Mr. David Ornstein tweet the last few hours about
oh yeah, Man City coming to steal the deal.
How you trust Arsenal fans? You know, they're getting hysterical. Oh, Arsenal should have wrapped up this deal for a long time. While we're wasting time, Arsenal is always dilly-dallying. Arsenal always penny pinching. We're always haggling. Row, rah, rah, rah.
I think.
Can you hear me?
For people to be scared. Yeah, I can hear you.
You're breaking up a little bit.
Oh snap! Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's better now. Yeah.
Right. So I think it's a normal thing for people to be scared, for people to be apprehensive when the big dogs come in. You know, when people with the money power, they come in to like try to steal a deal. But let's see how it goes.
But I don't get Arsenal fans sometimes, right? See, if you are when Arsenal were in the wilderness, right, in the trenches, they wanted Arsenal to get to this level. So when you get to this level, what do you expect? There'll be competition, right? You're competing against the big dogs, and you are bound to miss out on. Even though I'm not saying definitely we're going to miss out on Declan Rice deal, but this is what you get when you get to the big leagues.
Yeah.
So why are they shocked?
I think it's a natural occurrence. It's something that is natural when Man City come in. Yeah, Man City are in. He might want to favor a move to Man City because Man City are like the top dogs in England right now and all that whole stuff. So I think it's natural. But like I said, though, I don't know where this deal is going to go towards. But let's just see what happens in the next few days.
I understand Man City. They are the treble winners. They won the league. They won the Champions League. Won the FA Cup. They are arguably the best club team on earth right now. Arguably the best club team on earth.
Yep. I won't agree with that.
So if you're going to compete with them, I don't think. I'm not making excuses for the likes of Edu or Richard Garlick or the club's hierarchy. I'm just saying there's a chance we could lose out to them. Do you think it would be embarrassing if you lose out to them, hypothetically? I
wouldn't say it's embarrassing. No, it's not.
Unfortunately, okay, finish.
Do you think it's embarrassing?
Yeah, I don't share that sentiment.
You cannot control a player's desire. Number one, it has to do with his desire. Does he really want to join Arsenal, or is he just a mercenary out for whoever brings the bigger buck?
Okay, let me play devil's advocate. Some people will say, okay, why don't you have gone to West Ham and just pay the money and get the deal wrapped up as quick as possible? What would be your response to that or your rebuttal to that?
If you want to spend money, sometimes you spend money sensibly. You look at what a player is worth. You see how much you need that player. Now, it depends on two factors, right? How much do you think you really? How much do you think you really need this player, and how much do you think this player is worth? Right. So you bring out your summation. Okay, what do you think is worth? You try not to overpay. You try not to allow your desire for the player push you to overpay. And then the other factor, like I mentioned before,
So, do you think, looking at it from, I want as a Manchester United fan, looking at it from outside, do you
Okay.
think Arsenal are haggling? Do you think Arsenal are penny pinching? Like the mainstream media are pushing those narratives out, and some of the content creators are pushing those narratives that Arsenal are notoriously known for haggling about prices. Arsenal are notoriously known for being slow with deals. So, do you share the same sentiments?
I think if Arsenal really wanted him, you'd have just taken out that money and gotten him.
How?
So I would say to an extent, because now that Man City have put this money in, if Arsenal go and bring another offer in and Man City counter offers with maybe a higher money, I feel like you guys you were in the driving seat before Man City came in. Like you were in the driving seat. Guys, how much you ask West Ham? How much do you want for this guy? And you guys try and reach an agreement, meet somewhere, and then get this deal done. But now that Man City have come in, West Ham are like they have the upper hand.
So I don't agree with you totally. I don't know why. Now,
Okay.
West Ham will never tell you a fixed price because they want to get the most out of the deal, right? So let's say hypothetically Arsenal went with what the feeling we are getting from the media and what you are putting out through your West Ham press. You want 100 million to 110. Arsenal goes and submit the first bid 110. Let's get it done. Do you think West Ham will accept it, or West Ham will say no, we want more? There's a huge chance West Ham will move the goalpost and say no, we want more.
Well, yeah, I agree with you on that.
So I don't share the sentiments that just go there and pay, because there's no definite. This is not a grocery store that there's price tag. No.
Didn't they put a price tag on Declan Rice?
No, they just said 100 to 120 will get it done. Now I think it would be silly for Arsenal to have gone down and say, okay, this is 100 million pounds, take it. The West Ham will say no, 150. They're going to move the goalpost. Now let flip the other side. Let's say Arsenal were the only team interested in Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Arsenal can get for 60 million pounds because you are the sole suitor. That's why they delayed it and they wanted another team to come in. So a bidding war will naturally drive up the price.
Yeah, true. But as it is now,
yeah,
I don't know how confident you are that Arsenal will seal this deal.
Yeah, I still think Arsenal will seal. Do you know why I say so? See, I think Arsenal played a smart one on the poker game, because Arsenal, after the first two bid that West Ham knocked back, so you never know the number to hit for West Ham to say yes. So when you bring in Man City, look at what Man City played too. Man City did not actually bid in excess of more than what Arsenal bid. They bid the same price, but better terms.
I saw it.
So when fans were saying, Arsenal were being disrespectful,
plus 10 million add-ons, right?
So when fans were saying Arsenal were being disrespectful, just go there and pay the money, it just makes sense to me. Because you can go there
cumulatively, the money is still the same.
Yeah, just have 80 million compared to Arsenal said 5 million.
75 million, yeah.
The add-ons are more achievable by Man City because they've won the league. So if you we'll give you extra 10 million if you win the league. The odds of Man City winning the league is better than the odds of Arsenal winning the league. So those add-ons for Arsenal might not look achievable compared to what Man City add-on. So they have a better package about the same amount of money. And I get that. But how do you see? I think Arsenal are trying to play a smart one that let them accept Man City's bid. They do not match it. The player will not pick. That's the only way, because West Ham will continue to move the goalposts. They have all the power.
Yeah, they do.
Remember the Maguire deal? Oh God, it was like this.
Why are you reminding me? Can we just move on from that? In hindsight, that deal was just, oh man.
Yeah, in hindsight, it is terrible, right? But at that time, when both teams wanted it, Leicester was enjoying the bidding war.
Yeah, they were.
So West Ham too wants to milk and enjoy this bidding war.
And Man City has come into it. It looks like they actually will enjoy the bidding war.
But do you think Man City will go above and beyond to pay whatever West Ham wants?
Gundogan left, I feel Man City have a void in that midfield.
No, there's Foden can fill that void. They have a Kovacic can fill that void. And they have Phillips, they're the boss, can fill that void.
Oh, well, they got Kovacic, that's true.
And they have Foden.
Yeah, I don't think Man City want to overpay, truly, because they have covers for that. Actually, yeah, you're right. You're right, they got Kovacic. And I forgot that they had that Phillips guy. Until you mentioned him, I kind of forgot. The guy is just there in that Man City team, just a passenger. Exactly. And, well, he's making his money and he's adding some trophies to his cabinet, even though he barely participates in the grand scheme of things.
I think I might have egg on my face, right? But I think Richard Garlick and Edu are playing a very smart one because Arsenal refused to put in the third bid. Why? Because see, West Ham are enjoying moving the goalpost.
So let's just hope it works out for them. Let's hope the strategy works out.
But okay, let's put on face value. Right? Let's lay all the cards on the table and let's be objective, be sensible. Let's take a bit of partisanship out of it. Man City are a richer club. Facts, right?
Facts, yep.
Man City are a better club in terms of achievement in recent history. Facts.
Recent history, okay.
Man City have a better manager in Pep, arguably better manager in Pep. Facts. Man City have a better sporting director and structural setup from those guys they brought from Barcelona. Facts, right?
Yeah, that's I forgot the name. I can't pronounce the name.
Yeah, I'm not going to attempt it, right? I'm not going to. Arteta, good young aspiring manager, as he's showing his prospects. Edu, same thing. The Kroenkes have been investing, but there's levels to this game. Let's be real. There are levels to this game. So I think the only way Arsenal can win this race is the groundwork and legwork of speaking to Rice since January. But if you look at the terms of finance, we cannot outspend Man City, even though Man City are not known for overpaying. There's this misconception that Man City overpaid. No, they walked away from Cucurella's deal last season.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I remember.
They walked away from Hurricane.
Yep.
2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
They refused to match Manchester United for Harry Maguire. So this nonsense that the media likes to push that Man City will just go and blow us out is a lie.
The story, I'm thinking about it. What if Man City had gotten Maguire? His story probably would have been different.
I don't think so.
Maybe he wouldn't have been a disaster class.
See, I want to ask something. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe you could correct me. I rate Pep and I rate Man City. Pep is not a miracle worker. Can we stop this nonsense of Pep is going to improve a player? Absolute bollocks. Lie, fallacy.
You know
why did Pep not improve Otamendi?
He didn't. Did Pep buy Otamendi?
He was there with you. I don't remember right now.
I think
but why? Okay, I don't care. Based on what people say, he improved players. Why did he not improve him?
Maybe because Otamendi didn't fit into his system, into what his system.
So it goes back to Pep does not improve players. He just creates a system for them.
Yes. If you look at Nathan Ake, Ake is not one special player, but he just fits into that Man City thing. Look at this guy they got from Dortmund, Akanji. He came in. Akanji at Dortmund, he wasn't even getting a starting lineup. But he came to Man City and he kind of fit into the system and he's just there. He's doing his own work and he has people that complement him. Do you think if you carry Kevin De Bruyne, I'm going to put Kevin De Bruyne in this dysfunctional Chelsea side, he will do anything?
But we are used to hearing that Pep always improve players. And I'm sure that no manager has that special power. You are not a deity of some sort. You are not a miracle. You do not improve. You can create a system that players can try and hide and mask their deficiency. I don't care who you are, because it has been debunked. If also you have improved Otamendi, you'll have improved Mendy and some of the players that are bombed up, Malanga that are bombed up at Manchester City.
Mangala.
Let's be real. Remember that guy, right?
Mangala was a disaster class, man.
So when people say, it just irritates me. I'm not saying Pep is not a fantastic manager. Don't get me wrong. People are going to say, I'm No.
No, Pep is a good manager.
He's not a deity. He's not a miracle worker.
like you said, he creates that
system for them to
certain
thrive.
players just thriving.
Look at Arsenal too, right? Once Saliba got injured and brought in Holding, Arteta is not a miracle worker to improve Holding. Holding was not just good for the system.
Yeah, he was like the weak link.
I have my own theory that Pep can improve you. Let's say you are a player, you are 70% in your ability. Pep can create a system that will raise you to 90%. Right?
Yeah.
It will raise you to 90%. But Pep will not improve a player at 40% to 90%. It's impossible.
No, he won't.
So when people say, "Oh, Pep improves players," or can you shut your lying ass mouth?
He doesn't.
Even as a winner of those days, Pascal Sigan. I used to watch Pascal Sigan, Philip Senderos. Why were they not improved?
Johan Giroud and the likes.
Yeah. So it debunks this fallacy, misconception that the press has been pushing and brainwashing a lot of people that, as a Wenger, Pep, Mourinho, they improve players. Are you okay? What are they improving? What are they improving?
See, those guys, they add the salt that brings out the flavor of the
exactly.
players. You just put them in that system.
Create a fantastic system that the players will thrive.
That the players will thrive. Yep.
They're not going to take you from 40 to 90, but they can take you from 80 to 90. They can take you from 70 to 90, but they're not taking you from 40 or 50 to 90.
Straight to 90.
They're not mutants. They are not.
Sorry.
So this fallacy has to stop. So on Declan Rice, I'm still hopeful we'll get him.
Well, let's see.
So do you rate Declan Rice so highly? Do you think he's worth the hype and the money that is being put on his head?
Honestly, I don't. I think he's prized that much because he's English.
I think he's a very good player.
Declan Rice is a 60 million kind of player. 60, 55, 60. Okay. But you see 100, above 100 that West Ham is trying to make him out to be because he's English.
Exactly. Now, there's something that's been brewing in my mind, right, for a long time. I'm going to ask you, since you're kind of a neutral person, Declan Rice or Caicedo, who do you think is a better player?
Oh God, man, I haven't really watched much of them in the game. I don't know. I would say Rice is more seasoned.
Okay, me too. I'll go with that.
I'm good towards Rice. I'll say Rice is more seasoned.
I've watched both players, right? There's something about Caicedo that reminds me of Bissouma. I don't think he's that great. I don't think so.
Caicedo has had one good season yet.
Yeah. And you know what? I watch him and there's something that stands out for me with Caicedo, right? His aesthetics when he tackles will seduce you. Is it on action player that you see him everywhere? He's buzzing around. He's like what we call in Nigeria Ajayi Walker, right? They are very busy, but they might not be doing as great as you think.
Yeah.
So I'm watching him, right? When he retrieves the ball, he doesn't do anything crazy for the ball. I'll counter you and give you an example so I can understand what I'm saying. If you watch Sergio Busquets in his A days, in his prime, he doesn't look that busy, but he knows where to be at the right time. He will rob you of the ball easily
and create some crazy space to give a good pass.
But when they can retrieve the ball, it's like a Bissouma. They don't do anything spectacular with the ball. But the way they tackle and they're aggressive and they're passionate.
So gets the ball and he just gives a basic pass.
See, looking great for Brighton doesn't mean you look great for Man City, Arsenal, Manchester United. It doesn't mean the same thing. People conflict these things.
Yeah.
You can look great at Brighton.
That's one thing that people fail to actually realize. That those players playing for those clubs, they are busy clubs, they look like the golden fish.
You know why? Do you know, another thing I always think about, the motivation at Brighton is different because you are actually auditioning yourself every time when you play for Brighton, telling the bigger clubs, oh, look at me. Then when you get to a bigger club, the motivation might not be the same.
Yeah.
See, I always call Brighton or Brentford a stepping stone for most players. It might sound disrespectful. I'm just being real.
No, it's not. It's not being disrespectful. It's that's a fact. Because those Brighton, Brentford, let me say even Everton, those
West Ham,
it's just like a platform for you to advertise yourself and say, hey,
exactly.
Some of these players, when they play against these big clubs, they play as if they are the best players in the world.
Exactly.
You see a club that struggles against clubs of their own cadre, once they meet any of the top 6, they turn into prime Barcelona.
Do you know why? See, I saw people rave. I saw Arsenal fans last season almost rip off the head of Edu. Why are we not signing Bissouma? Why are we not signing Bissouma? We'll not tell them to sign Bissouma. I'm like, you guys should come. No, it's a sweet deal. It's a sweet deal. I'm like, what is wrong? Look at what Bissouma has done at Spurs.
Right now, does he even get, like, is he a starter?
Where, how? It's an ignition.
Let's remember it
was not starting. Even going injured on the bench.
Same ilk as this guy in Everton, Doucouré. You know?
Yeah.
Ilk. But Bissouma was kind of overhyped. Where was he before he moved to Spurs? Was it Brighton?
Oh, Bissouma?
Yeah.
It was at Brighton.
Oh yeah. So I'm trying to remember where he was.
Remember Cucurella? Cucurella looked like prime Ashley Cole at Brighton.
When Cucurella even scored against Man U, that was when they were able to just wax in lyrical.
And I watched them, and I said then that I'm sure that I have a video in my catalog. I said that, yeah, but Cucurella. I'm like, this guy is a fraud. See, it's easy to look great at Brighton, and guess what? The owner of Brighton is finessing the Premier League. He's finessing. He's finessing the whole Premier League.
It's now that, but there's somebody in Brighton, that kid, that Encido or what? That kid
he has scored a few stunners.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen like he's good, and Mitoma too.
See, I watch Mitoma, right? Mitoma is good, but there's a way you can mark it. See, Mitoma is good, but I bet you if Chelsea or Manchester United or Arsenal sign Mitoma, it won't be as effective because there's a way you can mark him out. Yeah, there's a way you can mark him out. See, let me give another example, right? Richarlison looked great at Everton.
Richarlison, I've always known that guy was a fraud.
But he still look great at Everton. It's like we don't. When people discuss this thing, I'm like, are we watching the same game? But see, you can't easily convince me with a bit of aesthetics. It's like all these girls with after they put a bit of filter on, you're looking different until you see them in real time. Like that, come on. Caicedo is not the player a lot of people are hyping him to be.
Caicedo
is not. I'm sorry. Now, I think it's one of the even you check the statistics and your eye test, he's a good tackler. But can he carry the ball and drive? Can he create chances? He doesn't.
That's not his strong suit.
Yeah, his strong point is tackling and ball recovery.
More of that, like protection for the back line.
Yeah.
That extra protection for the back line. Yeah, that's what he's strongest.
But when you play for the likes of Manchester United, Manchester City,
and more from you.
So apart from when you recover the ball, you have to be creative with the ball. Yeah.
When you get the ball, you need to know what to do with that ball.
Exactly. It's not just tackling and recovering the ball. No.
That's very crucial.
Yeah. Look at how, excuse me, defenders now defend these days. Look at Saliba. Look at Lisandro Martinez. Look at Varane. It's not just running into tackles and just you are part of the build-up. Because that was why Holding was struggling in Arsenal. Holding is playing like a 1968 kind of defender. Why we're 2023? Where defenders have to be able to maneuver in tight spaces, right? Defenders know how to pass off the back, hold the ball, become under pressure.
You
can't do that.
That's key.
That is very key.
Yeah. When you have two players bearing down on you, you know what to do.
Yeah, know what to do. The angles and your diagonals, you shout. You have to. Recovery pace, when to press, when to step back. You have to.
Yeah.
So when I see certain players, they look great playing for relatively bottom feeder clubs, and people are shouting, go and sign in. Just pay what they want. Oga, calm down. Calm the F down.
The money is not from the fans' pocket, so just like money is there, paid.
Yeah,
money is there, paid.
Like, do some of these fans know how transfer works? Sometimes you're saying just pay, as if Arsenal just carry a duffel bag of £100 million, get an Uber and drive to West Ham. Like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Like, there's no £100 million cash lying anywhere. Poverty is a bad thing, no? You start thinking upside down.
We have 200 million watches to spend on transfers this summer, so we also use 100 million and sign Rice and let's get it over with.
Really?
Yeah, that's how fans think.
But why can't they just sort out the information and understand how this thing work, so that you don't sound that too much ignorant?
How many people do you think have the time to read, like, go and actually read articles that contain something, not 120 word tweets?
But these guys have time to watch twerk videos and be on TikTok. But do you know what? Okay, let's say you don't know. But these people act as if they're so bold and they talk about it as if they're an authority on what they're saying.
That's it. That's what social media has presented, a platform to be ignorant and be very loud about it. Be very
but they're bold. They are very bold.
That's what social media has kind of presented.
When I was saying just go to West Ham and pay the money, I'm thinking you can't just go to West Ham and pay the money.
You know, the time.
And you know, there are some people who are mocking Arsenal that, why we try to pay in installments? For the love of God, all things pay in installments. Even Man City pay in installments.
Yeah.
So they make it seem as if Arsenal has been cheap by paying installments. Are you that ignorant that most of these transfers are paying in installments?
People don't know. People don't read. They'll see, a total package of 120 million was paid for so and so players. But like, oh yeah, see, they are paid on that. But go and look at the fine print of the contract.
Exactly.
But people don't.
They have the loudest mic. They are yelling, why don't you just pay? So why don't you just pay? Someone's actually insulting me on I said video that, I'm always backing the club. I don't back the club ignorantly. Like, you're expecting the Kroenkes, right, to compete against a Man City that is being funded by a whole nation. I have to break it down to someone the other day that, imagine you, right? Let's say you are worth 10 million and you have to compete with someone that is worth 1 billion. There's no competition. No matter how you dice it or slice, you can't compete.
No,
you can't.
No, you cannot. So
Arsenal cannot compete. Let's be real. Arsenal cannot compete with Man City. But can we be creative on how we can match them? You can be creativity, but to compete straight on cash, they are richer than us. Yeah, Richard. So when Arsenal fans are saying it will be embarrassing if you lose on Rice, I'm like, embarrassing? Have you dipped it for real? These guys just want they just want a treble, right? They've won a treble. They've been run for the last 10 years effectively.
Yeah,
they have a better manager than Arsenal. They have a better structure. I'm not saying we shouldn't compete, but if we lose to them, there's no shame.
It's not the worst. I don't think it should be the worst thing if.
But because let me finish.
No, I'm done. I was saying that it won't be the worst thing if.
But because of people, Arsenal fans don't want to be bantered, right? I think banter is part of football, right? You have to take it. You can give it. But people now overreact to banter and want to add banter and sneak it into facts. Banter and facts are two different things. Facts is different from banter.
Yeah.
The fact remains that Man City are a bigger club at this moment, not historically. No, in the recent history of football, in terms of achievement, Man City are bigger than Arsenal. Now, historically, Arsenal actually is still a bigger club.
Yep.
In terms of expansiveness and fans, yes. But recent achievement and recent history, I'm not going to come and lie if I'm an Arsenal fan. No, Man City are a bigger club. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Sometimes many people on their platform want to cater to what their audience wants to hear.
Why are you going to lie to the ignorant? See, I understand certain platforms have too many ignorant fans, but because of money, they will say anything to make money.
But many people just want to cater to what the fans want to hear, and that's what they are doing. So if somebody says something contrary to that, it gets like all-out attack. You know?
But you know what? I respect certain platforms, but you're not going to lie to my face. Especially when I can. People have smartphones, you can just check information real quick. You're not going to lie to my face. Like, there's someone that was actually bully saying, Man City, for them to bid for Declan Rice, that means they've spoken to Declan Rice and Declan Rice has said yes. That is not totally true. Declan Rice can say, okay, I will look at it. But it doesn't mean he has said yes. By that logic, Cucurella said yes to Man City last time, but when Chelsea gave him the bigger money, it went. So what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Now, I can have a preference and still consider alternatives.
Word.
Most men, they prefer Veronica, but if Kisha is a...
Yes.
If Kisha is about to... you'll take it for the night. Boys still prefer your Veronica, right?
Yeah.
It is what it is. I'm a mess sometimes.
No, the hot one. Okay. Like once you just started and say, okay, let me let you go.
No. Let's be real.
No, the analogy was apt. Understood.
No, I still think Declan Rice prefers Arsenal, right? But you not totally say no to Man City. It's like a job. You might prefer a job at Apple, but are you going to turn down Google? You will listen to them and say what they have to say.
Yeah.
Then you can have a stronger negotiation power to talk to Apple and get the best deal for yourself.
Yeah.
But you're not going to say, no, I'm not going to talk to any other person. If it's not Apple, I'm not talking. You don't do that.
Yeah, sure.
Nobody does that. That's not how real life works.
True. Ooh, this has been quite a drawn-out conversation. Can you imagine? What about Declan Rice, Casado?
Yeah.
And what else?
We're not going to end it before. We have to speak about Mason Mount. What is going on with Mason? What is going on with Mason? Oh,
it looks like everybody wants a piece of the pie, a slice of the pie, you know. So once you just come knocking like, the money bags are here. Let's make some money.
Let's be real. Manchester United are very generous with their money. They overpaid for Anthony. They overpaid for Sancho. So when it now came to the turn of Mason Mount, suddenly you want to be shrewd. No. You are not going to do that.
You understand something? Right now, Man U are trying to change many things. And I know that it's going to be difficult, right, to change things. But a new manager is there. Potentially new owners are coming in that will want to change the status quo. So they want to sound it out and make people understand, okay, hey, if one for a player doesn't mean a way to keep on overpaying the way we did before. But some of those buys there then were done to appease the fans because of the whole Glazer out thing. I believe some of those buys were just, let's bring out big money, just buy one marquee player and then let's keep for 6 months. That's how those buys were made. So I feel like they're just trying to change how things are done. But if they go ahead and overpay for Mount, I might be wrong, but I hope they don't.
So you think, Manchester United will see pressure with the Mount acquisition?
They probably will. Maybe they'll try to look for how to tweak things, but that money just is calling is just too much. This guy has 1 year left on his contract, so
I'll see. I'm being fair.
I feel like they should call Chelsea's bluff. Just don't let him run out his contract and go for free. Even if he doesn't come to Man U, just go somewhere else for free. Because
is it for you to say that, right?
Point. It looks like Chelsea are trying to even sabotage what Mount wants. Because if he says, I'm not signing a new contract, I want to leave, and you guys are putting one kind of exorbitant amount on his head with 1 year, they're being highly unreasonable. Chelsea know they are being that, but okay, they want to play hardball. That's that. It's their player. The player still has a contract with Chelsea, so if Chelsea were not selling, then he has to respect that contract and continue being at the club.
But a Chelsea rep will say, come on, you guys overpaid for Anthony, you overpaid for Sancho, Casemiro. So why is that when it came to us, our turn to enjoy the piece of the pie, all of a sudden you are closing up shop? You can't close up shop.
Let them, they'll be all right.
I mean, you close up shop. No, you have right. to. So, but this Heritage Hag's first choice for the midfield, you're going to deny him the player that he likes?
That's the player he wants, and if the amount is too much, then they move on to another target.
That's like who?
I don't know.
Like what are the other options?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what Ten Hag has in his books. I don't know. I have no idea. But if he cannot get that player, maybe because of the amount, and he feels the amount is too much, then you look for another target and get. Or just wait until the next summer, and let's just struggle for Champions League again this season.
Now, okay, let's move it from the midfield. In your attack, right? We know Martial can barely stay fit. He's so crooked. He can barely stay fit. The giraffe, where Course has left, has gone back to Burnley. Do you have any other striker? Martial? Who again? Rashford is a winger.
The winger.
So, you guys need a striker. We know Harry Kane might not come because you know how Daniel Levy can be a difficult person to negotiate with. Atlanta are putting a king's ransom on the young striker. So what's going on with your
young
quest
striker
to get a striker?
The young striker we can't mention. I can't pronounce his name. I don't know. Honestly, that striker front, I haven't had anything when it comes to potential signings for a striker. Aside from that, young striker from Atlanta.
Joyce Fulham, whatever his name is.
A striker acquisition for the club, and knowing that that's one particular section that Man U needs to do something about. So
for me, you don't need just one; you need two.
I honestly don't know what they're doing. I don't know. It's quite alarming, and I think this ownership situation is affecting the transfers. It is affecting. Man U can't go after certain people. It's really affecting the transfers. So they need to trash that out before.
So are you confident as a fan, my fan, and my enthusiast that you will get a striker before preseason starts, or might get one during the season?
They will get a striker, but it just depends on. It depends on if they won't put themselves in a situation where they will need to start scrambling. You know, it's always good to get your deals done for the good of the striker coming in to get into preseason, and for the good of the club the striker is leaving for them to get a replacement. That's why it's always good to do your deals early. But I trust Man U, that's their thing. Nothing surprises me anymore with the club. Arsenal wanted Kai Havertz. The player is there.
Well, Arsenal wanted
Kovacic.
Other players we couldn't get.
Arsenal wanted Kovacic. They did it, and he's there. Rice, yes, Rice is understandable. Even Man U too. I'm hearing rumors that Man U might want to get into the Declan Rice deal, even though it's a long shot.
That's a long shot. I guess all right. I could do it.
I'm just saying I think I heard there was another club that was looking to go into the Declan Rice deal. Was it Bayern Munich?
Oh, Bayern was looking into it, but Declan Rice doesn't wish to leave England.
Okay, you understand that Declan Rice deal he's like a hot property right now on the market for this summer.
Yeah.
So big clubs want him. I'm just saying, like, there are certain deals that you wouldn't need to drag. You know, there are certain deals that you just need to go in and look at the people involved, strike a balance, strike a negotiation, and then get it done and move over.
I don't think it's as easy as you think. See, when they're selling club,
Man, he doesn't know how to do deals. Simple
no,
as that.
no, I don't agree with you. I think sometimes we fans we do not give the grace to these people. See, if a seller want to be an asshole, there's nothing you can do. There is nothing you can do. Are you going to force them? He plays under contract. Look at Daniel Levy. Look at the owner. I see the president of Napoli. Those guys are notorious for stretching out deals. They will stress you. They will stress you. See, they will. See, sometimes we need to just be more sympathetic to our owners and club hierarchy. According to Akim Morgan, it's a long shot, but if they get Qatar, it might be long. This deal for Qatar to come and actually get Man U, I think they can't do it within this transfer window anymore. It will be during the season or towards the end of the season.
Yeah. And doing it again, let's not forget, they have to be very, very mindful of FFP. Because with the antecedents of Man City, with the Abu Dhabi owners, they will be like such lights on Man U and every transfer that Man U does. Anything that has to do with finances, there will be a searchlight. There will be like a magnifying glass on it.
Sure.
So it's not like Qatar will just come in and start throwing out money like the way way Roman did at the time when there was really no financial fair play. Then Abramovich just came in and he did his stuff, or Todd Boehly doing his stuff right now. I don't even know. Todd Boehly has a good deal going though. I mean, selling his dead woods to Saudi Arabia, making some money back.
Those deals look very sketchy. Let's be real. Those deals look very dodgy. So they're only buying Chelsea players.
Yeah, they do. They sold what's his name? Kante,
Koulibaly.
So Ziyech, Koulibaly.
Ziyech.
All gone to Saudi Arabia, and they're money. I mean, you just think about how much
those deals are looking very dodgy, and I think the right authorities should look into those deals. Those deals are looking very dodgy.
It's just to even out the financial fair play thing. That's what they're doing.
Because see, when Arsenal had those kind of deals like Ozil, Socrates, there was no club in Saudi Arabia trying to buy those players off our hands.
It's only Chelsea players that are
hot properties. Yeah, Chelsea players are hot properties. For some reason, they are buying Chelsea players.
Yeah, Chelsea players are appealing to the Saudis. So
exactly,
appealing to the Saudis. So let's just leave it at that.
Exactly. So I just think sometimes Arsenal fans, Manchester United fans, even sports fans, I'm here sometimes saying, when I want to banter Spurs, right? Is it for me to say, oh, Daniel Levy is a piece of crap or whatever? But if you look, Daniel Levy don't own Spurs. He's just the face. He's just an executive. So he's not going to. He's under a budget. It's not a restricted budget. So what do you want him to do? To actually go and buy players with the money he doesn't have? See the funny thing, right? When Pochettino was succeeding at Spurs, they gave all the kudos and credit to Pochettino. But when things went bad, it's Levy. No, we're not going to play that game. Those kind of things just been winding me up. Like, so, like when Arteta does great, Arsenal is Arteta only, not the Kroenkes who are financing the club. Like, let's stop it. No.
Yeah.
Now, when Saliba just signed a contract, in principle, last 2 weeks, everyone was giving kudos to Edu and Arteta only. Is it their money? No, is it their money? Is it Kroenke's money? Without the Kroenkes approving that, okay, pay him that kind of money, nothing is going to be signed. So when we say, oh, the club should just go there and try and get the deal done, on paper, it looks easy. But in reality, like look at what West Ham are doing to us. Look at what Chelsea are doing to you. They want to stretch it. They will stretch it. And there's nothing you can do.
Nothing. Oh. What can you do?
Exactly.
There's a contract. The player has a contract. The
Yeah.
player is contract. If Chelsea don't say, okay, we allow you to go, he can't.
You are not going anywhere. Look at Caicedo in January when Arsenal wanted him at all costs.
How do they know? He wasn't going anywhere.
They said no.
And he's there.
So it is what it is, man. Let's try and round up this thing so we can go to bed. It's 10:15 American time here. A shout out to the guys that came on. If you're watching this on a playback, please do not forget to like the video. Very, very important. Support the channel by subscribing. Let's get this channel to 1,000 subscribers as quick as possible before the start of the Premiership. Guys, stick a like on the video, subscribe, and make sure notification bells are turned on. It's very, very important. Your last word, Mr. D.
Oh well, this the transfer window for Man U has been, it started like at snail pace. Let's hope it picks up before the season starts, or else we'll be struggling for top 4 again and the Champions League group stage out.
Don't be pessimistic.
I'm not.
You're getting too pessimistic so easily.
I am realistic. If the transfer window doesn't, pick up from the snail pace that it is right now, that's what we'll be looking at, which is old. And for other clubs, Rice, I hope Arsenal gets Rice and add a little bit of beans and some spice.
I already have stew. I have stew in the fridge. You just bring rice. Just bring the rice. Bring the rice.
Let's bring the rice and have a party. Oh,
and I'll post you.
Oh, well, party, but I don't know if party will still be there. But yeah,
party will still be here. I understand the links, but I think party will still be here.
All right, so let's just see how the transfer window goes, and hopefully we'll have a beautiful new season. Lots of trophies to compete for.
Definitely. So thanks for coming. I really appreciate your time.
No problem.
Thank you for coming through. So guys, we'll be rounding up. For Arsenal fans, don't get too hysterical. I understand some of you will be using all kinds of pejoratives and colored words on Edu and the Kron case. Get out of your feelings, right? Be logical and be sensible. These things do not work the way you think it works. I understand most of you come from an extended long list of poverty, so you might not understand how these things work. So calm the F down and do your research. Now, like, this is not going to the grocery store to go and buy a gallon of milk where it has the £10 or $10 sticker on it. This is a day transfer. No, it's a day transfer. Let's be real. Because some of the things I've been hearing on the internet, it's just laughable. No, it's just laughable. Just paying the money. Like, if you are poor financially, you can't be poor financially and be poor mentally. That's the recipe for society.
That just spend the money thing. It's
crazy.
I'm no longer. It doesn't really add like. It's no longer strange to me because I've had it a lot, and I'm like.
But people should wise up. Like, you don't let people on the internet that are just use guys to make money to gaslight you. There are a lot of content creators that will gaslight their subscribers and audience. Continue to trigger them, because when you trigger those kind of people, they come in the chat, you're active, your channel blows up more. See, lies sell faster than truth.
Yep.
Misconceptions sell faster than truth. For real. Let's be real. If I was coming here and be shouting Kroenke out, Kroenke a piece of crap, Kroenke's like this, my channel have grown bigger than this. Trust me. If I was going to pander to some of the false narratives, the very myopic, low IQ banter, my channel have grown bigger than this. People don't want to hear the truth. No, I criticize the Kroenkes when due, and I see the logic in certain things. I might not be I'm not as rich as them, but I can see some logic that these guys are trying their best. Look at when they actually paid Aubameyang off. Nobody spoke about that. Ozil, they paid him off. We had a massive loss on what is his name? Pepe. Nobody's talking about that. 72 million, man. 72 million. Remember. Gone to waste. Nobody's talking about that. But go and buy the next person. Go and buy the next person. What is your problem?
It's not the fans' money. It's the owner's money. So as long as the money is coming out, nobody cares where it's coming from. Nobody
But,
cares.
but if the owners money, they have a budget, they have a limit. You see, the reason why they are rich is because they saved and they make the right decisions. Not like some of you fathers who did not make the right decisions. Let's be real.
Fans think for the fact that they're supporting a particular club, they have a say in how the money should be spent.
Yeah,
that's what fans think, and that's just crazy. People just throw, being reasonable out the window, and emotionally just begin to say things.
Akim Morgan is saying people don't understand that when you are going for a big player, everyone wants them. Exactly.
Yeah.
Even if you bring it back to real life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you're talking to a lady, beautiful lady, nice lady. You think you're the only person that can recognize she's beautiful? The other people other people are there.
Other people there.
Yeah, you are not the only person with a pair of eyes.
So you have to step up your game if you want to get that.
Yeah. Even when you get her, people are still sliding in her DM. What are you going to do? I don't care. You get her, people are still sliding in her DM. It is what it is. Yeah, I don't understand people just be shouting. See, like I said at the beginning of this stream, right?
Yeah.
When Arsenal were languishing in the trenches, you wanted Arsenal to get to this level. So when I get to this level, you don't expect them to compete with other big boys?
Stakes are higher.
Exactly.
The stakes are higher.
I want Declan Rice by all means, but if we lose out to Man City, it is what it is. And guess what? Arsenal will find an alternative. Trust me. I saw L'Equipe saying Arsenal actually looking at this guy from Monaco. It's called Fafana. I just saw some of his clips. I'm like, that guy looks like Yaya Toure. Aggressive, good strides on the ball, can carry the ball. I'm like, how this talent ID of Arteta's is beginning to become strange to me. Where does he actually find this kind of players? Now, I'm not saying we should abandon Declan Rice and go for that guy. But if we miss out on Declan Rice, we can get somebody else. We missed out on Modric. We got Trossard. We missed out on, what's his name? Lisandro Martinez. I went to you guys. We got Zinchenko. Like, we can. Thank you, Akim, for saying this. Love your channel. Thank you for being reasonable. Thank you so much too. See, like I always tell my friend, D is a good friend of mine. I want my channel to blow up, right? But I don't want my channel to be full of psychopaths. There's no how you can erase unreasonable fans. They're everywhere. But I want at least 3/4 of my subscribers or fan base to be intelligent, reasonable people. Not some. I don't want trolls. I don't want people that just come here for low IQ banter. I don't want that.
It goes a very, very long way in
exactly
in showing the integrity of a particular channel. So So I would say being objective is key because at that time you're not throwing out your there's the words I'm looking for that is eluding me right now.
You're throwing out of a prime.
Yeah, you're not throwing it out. You're just being very objective, saying what is without trying to sugar to say what people word.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I'll be pained if you lose out on Rice. I will be pained, but I understand why. Because Man City are just richer than us. It's like your parents, right? They might be doing everything for you and they are rich, and there's a wealthy neighbor. There's nothing you can do about it. I can start mocking your own parents because they're not rich as your neighbor, they are not good parents. Are you insane?
The neighbor is rich, and that's that.
And I always say these things. Some people will be more intelligent than you, there's nothing you can do about it. Some people will be richer than you, there's nothing you can do about it. That is life. You deal with life, and it is what it is.
Yep.
Shout out to Akim Morgan for sticking through. Please do not forget to like the video. Hopefully, I'll be here tomorrow by myself on another live. Thank you guys for showing I am Mr. D love. Really appreciate it very, very much. It's almost 9:30 American time here. It's almost our bedtime. So, guys, thank you for showing us love. And we'll see you guys on the next one.